How to copy file to remote hosts? I'm going to show you in a live demo with some simple Ansible code. I'm Luca Burton and welcome in today's episode of Ansible Pilot. Today we are talking about Ansible module copy. The full name is ansible.builtin.copy, which means it's part of a collection module built in with Ansible and shipped with it. This module is pretty stable and out for a year. The purpose is to copy file to remote location. Please note that the opposite is done by module fetch. The parameter list is pretty wide, but I will summarize the most useful. The only required parameter is dest that specify the remote absolute path destination. The src specify the source file in the controller node. It could be a relative or absolute path. I recommend absolute. The backup boolean option allows you to create a backup if the utility overwrites any file. If there is any tool to validate the file, we could specify in the validate parameter. Very useful for configuration file. Let me also highlight that we could also specify the permission and clinux property. Let's jump in a real-life playbook to copy file to remote host with Ansible. Are you excited? And welcome to my editor. Like usual, we start with 3-, which means a YAML file. Let's name this play copy module demo. Let's specify the host, in our case all. Then maybe we can specify the become to false, so we don't need the privilege escalation. And now the task list. So let's name a task. For example, let's do like a copy of report.txt on the target machine. And I'm going to use the copy module, but we could specify all the collection also. So ansible.builtin.copy. Let's see some simple parameter, for example, source, which is report.txt, so it's going to be in the same directory. And destination, let's put on the home directory of the user that we are going for connection, in my case home DevOps. Let's use the same name like report.txt. I could assign also the owner, for example, that could be DevOps, and some permission that could be, for example, 0644, which means read and write for current user and only reading for the other one. And this is my simple playbook. Let's see the result. And welcome to my console. First of all, let me connect to the remote host and I will demonstrate that the file don't exist, so let me list the content of the home directory that has no report.txt file. So let's generate one, for example with echo, and let's put some test report.txt, for example, and let me save in the same directory of the playbook. So copy file to remote host and report.txt. And now let's execute our playbook with ansible-playbook like usual, -c the inventory, demo inventory, and copy YML. The execution will take just few seconds because it's going to execute only one task rather than gathering facts. We see that the result is changed, so something happened on the target host. Let me connect with SSH and list the content of the current home directory, and boom, here it is, report.txt. Cut report.txt, and is exactly what we expect. Let me also highlight that has the right permission, so read and write for the current user and read for the rest of the world. Now you know how to copy file to remote host with Ansible. Subscribe to channel not to miss the next episode of Ansible Pilot.